Hello everyone, welcome to the garden. It is the mid of August, not in fact mid, we've passed the mid of August, and the garden is moving towards autumn preparations. Not a lot of different kinds of flowers are there in my garden now, but the passion flower plant or passion fruit flower plant has loads of flowers on it. There are loads and loads of bugs such as bumblebees, lacewings, hoverflies around them. So as we walk past this plant, you can hear their buzz. This year I've seen a lot more of fruit on the plant. I did try one last year and there was nothing inside the fruit, unlike the store-bought passion fruit. So this year again I will try and see how it looks. The Speria got a haircut. Now let's move on to the main event. It's apple picking time. I've got 2 apples on this apple tree, 2 varieties. This is the red one and they are falling as well. So it's the right time to pick them. Picking an apple is very simple. Just lift the apple or twist the apple as I'm showing, and it will just fall into your hand. If it resists, that means the apple is not ready to come. So you just have to either lift the apple or twist the apple. In both cases, the apple will just fall into your hands. See, it's just falling. So those apples are ready to pick. The ones on the ground has to be inspected because they will have damage from the fall. So I walk around every day and see if there are apples on the ground to be picked. With the rain that came for the past week or so, I've been picking apples almost every day from the ground because they are falling as and when there is a small breeze. So today my plan is to pick all the apples which are ready and either preserve them or juice them or even store them for future use. Store them, you have to keep the apples which are not damaged at all in some cool, dark, unheated place like a garage, and it has to be placed on perforated surface, so something like a mesh board or a crate which has lines on the bottom, so there is air circulation. And at the same time you also have to inspect the apples regularly. The green apples are not ready yet, so they won't be picked. So this is my first picking from yesterday. These are the first picking of today, and that's the second picking of today. So overall we've got more than 90 apples this year. Now moving on to the greenhouse. The hot scorching weather we had for a couple of days ruined all the leaves of my cucumber plants. They all scorched. Even though we watered these plants at least twice during the day, the leaves were just scorching. The cucumber we got didn't affect the taste. These are the bluebell tomatoes. Not a lot of trusses, but this one is ripe, the other one is getting, so it's not really the blue color I was expecting. The brummy is growing really well. I do have to harvest this. The more I harvest, the more the plant will be spreading. Recently we went for a trip to the West Sussex, and I found a place where they were selling homegrown exotic chilies. So these are some of the chilies I picked. This is a purple one. This is a white drop kind of BIQUENTO, I think is the name. And this one is a Naga chili, so it's very hot. It's got flowers, not chilies on it. This is a white Habanaro. I had the normal Habanaro, so I'm very curious. This one is orange dream or something. It's very, very cute to see. These are the chilies that I have in my chili greenhouse. That's the bird's eye chili I grew from seeds. That's the Gusto purple one. This is Apache chili, and that's, I think, Chenzo. That's also purple chili, and the end one is the bird's eye. And those are all the chilies I bought recently. Now, to pick the chilies, this was a very good year generally for chilies. I've got loads of chilies on my plants. So I don't usually pinch the chili from the plant. I always use scissors to cut it. I find that it doesn't damage the stems as much as I would have pinched it. So these are the chilies I got from the Gusto. It's not at all hot. It's a very, very mild chili. Now let's move on to the next one. This is Apache chili. Again, I will never use a pinching method. I will always use a sharp scissors or a secateur. Secateurs would be very difficult on tiny plants, but if you have a very sharp, narrow scissors, it will be easy. So this is Apache chili. That's a good harvest for a small plant. The picture on the name tag might show that it is red color. I always pick them in green. Now this is the Chenzo hot pepper. Even though the tag says it's hot pepper, I haven't found it to be hot. And this is the bird's eye chili. See, these are the two chilies. One is red and one is green. The red is, as you know, is the ripe one, and what I found is the green one is much spicier than the red one. And also you got to keep picking the chilies, because if you let it go into seed, it will not produce any more flowers. So now let's that's one from the Tangerine Dream. This is a purple one, which is Loco Hot pepper. I haven't tried it yet. I will try it and let you guys know how it goes. Now the next one is the BIQUENTO medium chili, and the description over there said that it is a sweet pepper, so I'm expecting that we could eat it in salads or something. It's a very beautiful teardrop shaped chili, and I just love the look of the pepper. This is the overall chili harvest for one day. It'll keep me going for many days, and I'll come back to pick later. It's a good harvest and very colorful. Now for an update for a chili, two chili plants which I put the seeds in, and it was going well. If you had seen one of my garden tour, you would have seen these chili seedlings that tall. They were doing very well, and one day when I came back, they were all eaten. Not even the tiniest stem was left, and then I know that the plant is not going to grow back. A colorful display of chilies. And these are the apples I got from one of the graft from the tree. I hope you enjoyed this video of a small garden tour and some harvest. See you soon.